Meta is officially threatening to pull Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp out of New Mexico. This isn't a vague rumor, it's a direct warning the company issued because a trial starting this Monday could force them to fundamentally change how their apps work. A judge in Santa Fe is looking at a case that claims the way these platforms are built is a public nuisance, the same legal term used to sue big tobacco and opioid companies. The state isn't just asking for a fine, they want to force Meta to verify every user's age and completely redesign the algorithms. They are specifically targeting features we use every day, like infinite scrolling and autoplay, because they claim these tools were intentionally designed to addict young people. Meta's response in court filings was basically to say that what the state wants is technologically impractical or completely impossible. They are essentially saying the apps are broken by design and cannot be fixed without breaking the business model. Stick around because I'm breaking down every detail of how this mess actually affects you later in the video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. These companies aren't going to tell you when they change the rules, so you need to be here for the daily updates to stay ahead of them. Think about how often you find yourself scrolling for an hour without realizing it. New Mexico's Attorney General Raul Torres is arguing that this isn't an accident. He's calling the entire business a public nuisance, comparing it to a company polluting a river or blocking a public road. In the past, this kind of law was used for physical things like noxious fumes, but now the state is using it to go after the monetary value of the public nuisance harm that social media has allegedly caused for the last 15 years. Meta is already in deep. In March, a jury already found that they violated consumer protection laws by lying about how safe Facebook and Instagram actually are. That mistake cost them $375 million in damages. But this new phase of the trial is much scarier for them. While a fine is just a one-time payment, being forced to abate the harm means they might have to turn off the very feature people on the app. If the judge orders sweeping changes, Meta claims they might have no choice but to stop operating in the state entirely. If you're finding this breakdown useful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the update on how this trial goes. It's a mess, and it's only getting started. Meta's main defense is that there is no scientific evidence that social media causes mental health problems. They are trying to argue that they haven't interfered with any public right. It's a bold move to claim your app is perfectly fine while simultaneously telling a judge that making it safer for kids is impossible. They are essentially admitting that the addictive nature of the app is so baked into the code that they can't remove it without the whole system collapsing. This isn't just about one state either. There are over 40 other states and 1,300 school districts watching this trial in Santa Fe. They have all filed similar lawsuits. If New Mexico wins and successfully forces Meta to change its algorithm or verify ages for every single user, it sets a massive example. It's a security risk for Meta's entire global strategy. If they lose here, the infinite scroll that keeps everyone hooked might be cooked everywhere else. The reality is that big tech has been operating with the move fast and break things energy for over a decade, and now the bill is coming due. New Mexico is trying to put a price tag on the harm caused to large segments of the population. Whether Meta actually leaves the state or just keeps fighting until they've spent more on lawyers than the actual fine, it's a clear sign that the era of apps doing whatever they want is over. The core of the drama isn't just about an algorithm, it's about whether a company can be held responsible for the safety of a digital space the same way a factory is held responsible for its smoke. If the judge decides Meta's apps are a nuisance, it changes the internet for everyone, not just people in New Mexico. The trial starts Monday, and the stakes couldn't be higher for how we use these apps. The legal battle shifts from fines to fundamental system collapse as the state targets the specific code that makes these apps addictive. Meta is currently backed into a corner because this isn't just about a few angry parents anymore. According to the documents, more than 40 other states and over 1,300 school districts have filed their own lawsuits. They are all using this public nuisance law to try and force Meta to pay up for damages. It's like a massive pile-on where everyone has realized at the same time that the infinite scrolling we do every night might actually be a calculated trap. The state is specifically accusing Meta of intentionally designing products to be addictive to young people. They aren't saying it happened by mistake, they are saying Meta knew what they were doing. Even worse, the lawsuit claims the company failed to protect kids from sexual exploitation on its platforms. When you look at it that way, the cool features like autoplay start to look a lot more like a security risk that Meta just ignored because it was making them too much money. The most tired excuse Meta is using right now is that there is no scientific evidence that their apps cause mental health problems. They are literally telling the judge that the state's requests to fix the app are technologically impractical or completely impossible. Basically, they are admitting that their system is so hooked on keeping you addicted that they don't even know how to build a version that isn't. If they can't fix it, and the judge says they have to, the whole platform in that state is basically cooked. It's honestly a system collapse of their own making. They spent years building the most addictive algorithm possible, and now that a judge is telling them to turn off the infinite scroll, they're acting like they've been asked to fly to the moon. They'd rather threaten to leave an entire state and lose millions of users than actually change the code that keeps people stuck on the screen. It shows you exactly where their priorities are. The money from the ads is more important than the friend using the app. This Friday, this trial is the moment where we find out if big tech is actually untouchable. If New Mexico wins, Meta has to choose. Either they rebuild the apps from the ground up to be safe, or they pack up and leave. Either way, the business as usual era for Facebook and Instagram is failing. What do you think? If Meta actually shuts down in New Mexico, do you think other states will follow? Or is this just a big bluff to get the judge to back off? Let me know in the comments if you'd actually miss these apps if they got banned for being too addictive. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on the trial results. This is going to change the internet as we know it.